Buffalo is easy to summarize from the outside. Wings, bills, winter, and Niagara Falls nearby. But I wanted to know what the city feels like up close. The streets, the people, and the places most visitors miss. Then, David gave me the real challenge.
There are a lot of unique places to go to. And the challenge is, how do you find them?
Where shall we go on this 44 Unbound journey? The search started at Buffalo's most famous food landmark, the original Anchor Bar. So here at Anchor Bar in Buffalo, the home of the Buffalo Wing. Let's dig in. Frankly, it tastes like a buffalo wing you can get almost anywhere, but this experience is kind of unmatched. It's one of those things, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
So the wings would describe them as tasting safe, but at the same time, safe is what started a culinary phenomenon around the world. Those chicken wings with the original recipe. I liked that they were cooked, they were nice and crispy. This is an experience that, like I said, if you've had decent wings before, this is nothing earth-shattering, but there's something fulfilling about being in the place, like it's you're a part of something special. So, I mean, it's weird, but that's kind of how I felt about it. After Anchor Bar, I headed toward Canalside. On the way, I passed a mural that almost explains Buffalo. Keep Buffalo a secret. A city hiding in plain sight. Canalside gives Buffalo a different kind of energy. At first, it's quiet. The water, the old industrial edges, and this open space right in the middle of the city. But then, just a few steps away, that quiet turns into a World Cup watch party. People are gathered outside, watching together, reacting together, and suddenly the waterfront feels less like a place to pass through and more like a place where the city shows up. That was the surprise of Canalside for me. It was calm, it was social, and it made Buffalo feel a little more alive.
This is day 2 of the World Cup tomorrow as when it starts to really get going.
I think this is like a naval park, like an outdoor museum type thing. Pretty cool. It'd be nice to see this in the daytime too. Just beyond the watch party, Buffalo's Naval Park sits right on the same waterfront. Some memorials. Armed Forces tribute. Oh wow, USS Croker. Submarine. Aptly named Never Forget Garden. Tell you what, these vessels are out of commission. They're not modern, but up close, it's still very intimidating, I gotta say. Before I decided to make this trip, I looked up places I could go that maybe have a reputation that's misunderstood or unknown or secret or underrated. Only being in the city for a few hours, I think this was a very good choice. Seems like the perfect candidate.
Yeah.
Buffalo, city of good neighbors. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet, so we'll try to resolve that. Cafe Aroma. Let's give this a shot, shall we? Lots of puppies out. Doggy meetup. Here in Elmwood Village, Buffalo neighborhood. Walking through this farmers market, merchant market they got going on. Various products, your local honeys, your pasture raised proteins, popsicles, juices, merch. All the cities I've been in, I think this is the most representative merch I've seen. It's like every 10th or 15th person has on like a Bills hat or Bill shirt or something, or a Buffalo shirt in general. The Queen City I just saw. So people are seemingly very proud. Like, I suspect there is something very special, sense of belongingness here, almost like a hidden secret that people from Buffalo share. Locally roasted coffee. Hey there.
How you doing today?
Just a quick question. What do people from Buffalo call themselves? Buffalonians? Buffalites? Buffalonians?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Buffalo is interesting because it depends on when the city got developed, what part of the city got developed. You have some old industrial, you have some of the very first commercial grain elevators were built in Buffalo. The merry-go-round was Buffalo region. Then you had industrial trades with the Erie Canal, some lulls. Compared to the highlights of the city, though, it's a lot smaller population than it used to be, but it's still trying to get itself going because of the region.
I gotcha. So we had this Highmark Farmers Market, Elmwood neighborhood in Buffalo. I just had a latte from the coffee shop, but one of the vendors provided me with this Somali spiced chai latte. Just think of the best chai you've ever had. This is probably better than that. Potent, sweet, really spicy, warm. I'm glad I stopped by. It's a beautiful late morning, early afternoon in Buffalo. I'm standing in Niagara Square. Niagara Square is like the iconic Buffalo location where City Hall is located. It's really interesting to see all the contrast. You have this brutalist architecture, this early 1900s Renaissance red brick buildings, with modern skyscrapers also. McKinley Monument that was erected by the state of New York to honor William McKinley, who was assassinated in Buffalo. It says here that William McKinley died in Buffalo September 14, 1901, a victim of a treacherous assassin who shot the president as he was extending to him the hand of courtesy. From Niagara Square, I walk back through downtown toward the waterfront. It's not a very long walk, but it gives you a quick feel for Buffalo. The older buildings, the wide streets, and then Canalside starting to open up ahead. St. Joseph Cathedral. So I was going to take a bus down here, but I decided to walk. Figure, why not? It's a really nice way to see the city anyway. There's something just super duper, I want to say authentic, about these red brick buildings. They just exude like some quiet power and confidence and like experience, if you will. You know, they've been through a whole lot almost. Like the collective experience of the city. So over here is like a naval and military park. I looked at that in the dark last night, but I'm gonna kind of walk through in the daytime as well, see what that's like. Buffalo and Erie County's Naval and Military Park. Wow. Kind of rusted and weathered, but still looks intimidating, if you ask me. Would not want to see this coming my way.
They had us pinned in Mariana. It's just like...
End up at our hotel.
African American Veterans Monument. Private First Class James Anderson, the first Black U.S. Marine Medal of Honor recipient. In Buffalo, they preserved a lot of the green spaces and places. I've often seen a lot of cities that seems to be like a low priority, but it's pretty cool. They've managed to kind of blend it in. Quite a few trees.
My camera died.
Lots of plants, flowers.
I got like 70.
Nice landscaping. After taking a quick break at Canalside, I decided to do the self-guided tour at the Naval Park. For $24, you can walk through the USS The Sullivans, the USS Little Rock, and the submarine USS Croker, with clear route markers guiding you from one vessel to the next. Docent was explaining that the large destroyer behind us, the other ship I'll be going in later, it's one of two kind of left. This is World War II era ships. So if this video gets released, you'll know that I made it up. Morse code alphabet. There will be a test later. This gun behind me, you can still like direct it and move it around and that sort of thing. It's pretty surreal. I just couldn't imagine working in the lower decks in a sonar room or a radio room, not knowing what's going on outside, but expected to lock in and perform. I mean, because the fact of the matter is, if you messed up, that might have been it. This is next level. This is like a museum in a real living museum. I don't know if this is more depressing, sad, or scary. To think that people could be jammed in here, stacked on top of each other for at a time. I'm the captain now. Let's go down the submarine. Steps are very steep. Holy moly. Let's see if I can get through here. That was a tight squeeze. Climb the stairs out of here. Delaware Park in Buffalo. So there's some kind of like Shakespeare in the Park going on, a rehearsal or something.
We have Shakespeare in the Park every summer. This is our 51st season. This season we have Pericles as the first show, and the second show is Taming of the Shrew.
Awesome. You're in the, what's your role?
This is the first one right now. I play two characters. I play Dionysa, and then I play Diana, and I'll be doing that soon.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every night except Monday, 7 o'clock. Bring your blankies, bring your food, have a good time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
No more spoilers. You'll have to come see the production. So in Delaware Park, this is a massive park in Buffalo. The guys are rehearsing for Shakespeare. Free production. That's pretty cool. I think it's Hoyt Lake it's called. People riding their bikes. I'm sure there's probably a kayak not far away. Thanks so much for coming along to Buffalo, a city that's more than wings and Niagara Falls. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and go everywhere.